fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I'm here today for what looks like a whip and chat, but isn't really. I am going to be working on my whip, which is my Rainbow Dragon. This is the kit I'm going to be doing for DP for Pets this year, as well as Pride, because June is Pride Month. So I have finished most of the background, so I am now down to working on the dragon itself. So you can see here I've got some of the ear and hair, and I've got some of the wings and everything already done. So I'm going to start at the head because I think I'm going to still have some yellow background and blue background to fill in. And then as I work my way down, I should have mostly dragon left. So I'm going to work on this, and then I'm going to share some more confessions with you guys. So don't go anywhere. Okay, so as you can see, I've got this part of the ear done. I've gotten quite a bit of the yellow. I've done all of my black outlining, and I've done all of my white fairy dust outlining. So just I've got like 3 colors of yellow to fill in here. I'm assuming I'll have some more yellow and blue to fill in over here on this section, and then it'll be dragon from then on. What I want to do is talk about a confessions video. So you guys know I've done one of these before. So if you missed the first one, go check it out. It's basically just random things that I'm sharing with you that I worry about or that I think or that I do while I'm diamond painting. And I try to share them because, as so many of you always remind me, this is a hobby. It's supposed to be fun. I gotta laugh at myself sometimes, right? Because my brain is pretty funny sometimes. So, the first thing I wanted to share with you guys is one of the random things, and I don't know if this is just a woman thing, if this is a just me thing, but I've heard other people, other women talk about it. I always wonder when I'm responding to YouTube comments if I use too many exclamation points. Like, thanks for watching, 2 exclamation points, or haha, that's so funny, 3 exclamation points. Should I just be using 1? Should I use none? Does it matter? I've kind of reached the point now where I've decided it doesn't really matter. If it bothered anyone, surely someone would have said by now, and nobody has. So just, random things that I worry about for no reason. It's easier to title it Confessions, though. Okay, number 2. I have 5 of these, by the way. I don't know why I feel the need to number them, except that I guess numbering things means videos do better on YouTube. Everybody likes a list, a top 10 list, a top 5 list, whatever. Or at least YouTube thinks they do. So feel free to leave chuckles as we're going along about my crazy brain. And also feel free to leave comments if you have anything about your crazy brain that you'd like to share so we can chuckle together. I'll chuckle with you, not at you. Okay, number 2 is, and I've talked about this before, but I always tell myself, okay, I'm going to film today, so don't eat before I film. Because invariably what happens is I forget, and then I'm like, well, I'm hungry. I'll just eat and then I'll film. And I forget that, digestion is a thing. And I sit down to film, and my stomach is making all these weird gurgly noises as it's digesting my meal. Then I'm sitting there being like, oh my gosh, I've got to try and edit that out, or I have to say the line 15 times because you can't hear it over my stomach. Or if I get it to where my stomach's quiet, then a loud car drives by. There are days where I say the same, like 4 words 10 times before I get them out without a loud car or my stomach gurgling or the dogs barking or my husband sneezing or something. You know what I mean? My microphone hangs too close to my stomach, so it's really loud sometimes. I know everybody eats, everybody's stomach digests. I go to the hygienist sometimes, and your head is right by their stomach and you can hear their stomach gurgling. I guess you just learn to ignore it or you don't think about it. One time when I was visiting my hair salon back in the States, there was a lady there that did massages. I don't know what happened. Some guy was there. I think he was waiting on his wife or something to get her haircut. Anyway, he ran into this woman and she was like, oh, it's okay. I don't mind awkward. I'm not afraid of awkward. And they kind of laughed and talked for a bit and went on their way. And I thought, oh, I wish I wasn't afraid of awkward. I wonder what that's like. I'm so afraid of being awkward sometimes. See, that was a random confession I didn't even plan to stick in here. So a bonus, you get a bonus confession. How about that? So that was number 2 with a bonus. And then number 3, this is going to be a really short video, you guys. I apologize. I guess it doesn't take me very long to talk about what I need to talk about, does it? Is that part of the problem? Am I not wordy enough? Do I need to enough? Wow, I can't even talk today. Maybe that's part of my problem. I can't talk, so I'm going too fast. I decided to film quickly while hubby was out. He's gone to go pick us up dinner, and everybody's being relatively quiet, so I thought, oh, I'll hop in and film this while he's gone. I may have to refilm it because there are noisy trucks waiting on their kids to get home from school. I think the person that was lawn mowing has stopped, at least for now, so let me try to get through the last 3. So number 3 on my confessions list is that I secretly hope that a lot of the experiments I do will fail, because the failures are always way more interesting than the successes. I mean, if something works the way it's supposed to, then you're like, okay, it worked. When it doesn't work, it's always a little more interesting because it's like, ooh, this doesn't work at all like it's supposed to. Or sometimes it's my own failure, like when I was using the rainbow roller thing and I just pressed too hard and broke it. Nothing to do with the actual product itself, just me being a dummy and pressing too hard right on what I knew would be a pressure point that could cause it to break. And I've had other people tell me that they use theirs just fine, and that's awesome if it works for you. Just another example of how stuff doesn't always work for all of us. Even if it's the coolest thing ever, sometimes it just doesn't work for the way you work. Plus, again, I think it's always more interesting to have a laugh about things than it is to just be like, oh, everything is perfect and this is the most perfect kit I've ever worked on and this was great and blah, blah, blah. Because let's face it, nothing is perfect, right? Even if it is a really good kit, there's still probably something wrong with it. There's enough good things that you can overlook that, probably. But if we're going to be really nitpicky about everything, right? Life can't always be sunshine and roses. What's that saying? How would you know it was light without the dark? Okay, that was number 3. Number 4. This is a big one, you guys, and I've talked about this before, but it really does bother me sometimes. Not enough to make me quit, but it does bother me. And that is the amount of plastic waste that this hobby generates. You know, the canvases are made of fabric, so those are, I'm assuming, biodegradable, even aside from the glue, but the drills aren't. I would love, love, love if some of the leading companies would somehow have a drill back program where you could send them leftover drills or whatever, and they could just take them and recycle them. I mean, there's got to be a way that they do that, no matter what color it is, right? Melt them back down into whatever they make them out of in the first place. Even if you had to somehow separate them, well, I don't know how you do that. Maybe that's why they don't. I don't know. But I wish there was a way they could do that, because I do get some of the same feelings about, wasting things when you're talking about all the resin drills and acrylic drills and all the plastic that goes along with this. Not just the drills themselves, but all the plastic wrapping that everything comes in. The drills come in plastic bags. The drills are plastic. The canvases come in plastic. I mean, I can recycle the boxes and that's great. And I can recycle some of the plastic, but not all of it. When I was doing cross stitch and everything, that stuff, yarn is biodegradable. So it's a little less of a guilt doing some things like that, knitting, crocheting, all that kind of stuff versus doing this. And that brings me to my final confession, which is that I get asked a lot, how come I don't really do kit downs anymore? That is because I don't save a ton of my drills anymore. That's probably going to change because I felt like I had enough spare drills that I could do what I wanted to with my spare drill projects. After doing the Heaven and Earth Design Flapper Girl, yeah, I don't have the good drills saved. So I think I'm going to be saving, like when I get done with this kit, I will probably save some of these round ones. When I get done with Benedict Blue, I will for sure save some of those square ones if any of them are colors that are used in the mermaid kit, the Heaven and Earth design that I want to do next. Because what I've been doing with them basically is putting them in bottles and making them into like sand art. So I've been buying these cute display bottles and I've just been putting them in these bottles. But I have like 3 bottles already just from this year, and I'm only halfway through the year. Now, I will start saving some of them, I guess, so maybe I won't have as many as I think by the end of the year. But again, that goes back to guilty pleasure and confession number 4. And I do recycle other things. I mean, there's a recycling program here where I live, so we recycle a lot of stuff. We just took, my husband was trying to fix a big TV that belonged to his son, ended up busting it and couldn't find the part that he needed to replace it with, so we ended up just junking the TV, which his son was fine with anyway. They didn't want it back, but there is a recycling place that we could take it to, so it didn't just end up in a landfill with all the batteries and chemicals and everything that go into a modern TV these days. Wow. I don't know how long this video is going to end up being, but it ended up being long enough for me to diamond paint this section. I guess I did diamond paint some while I was waiting for the guy to stop mowing. I think he started up again, so apologies if you guys can hear that. So that's it. That is my most recent, I guess, top 5 confessions. So again, like I said, feel free to have a chuckle with me down in the comments. Feel free to share any guilty confessions you might want to make so that we can all have a chuckle together. Again, we'll be laughing with you, not at you, just like I hope you'll be laughing with me and not at me. I really want to finish this section because I'm so close. And then tonight I can watch the ball game while I'm editing, knowing that I've got another section completed. Woohoo, go me. All right, that's it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for sticking around till the end of the video. Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.